and these are your headlines. Discussions gather pace on potential multi-million-dollar investments in Zimbabwe's energy sector. More details on that on News Plus. Also on News Plus, RBZ won't rush rate cut ahead of durable stability. Combi lawlessness, threat to public safety in Harare. Simba Bora head coach Mandla Mpofu expresses satisfaction with the steady progress from his players. That story and more in sport. We now take a closer look at the stories making the headlines this evening, and we start with acting President Dr. Kembo Mohadi, who this Thursday met Turkish investors after they paid a courtesy call on him at his offices in Harare. Now, they had a discussion on multi-million-dollar potential investments in the energy sector. Now, the Turkish delegation was led by Akin Atilla Sahinli, the chairperson of Sahinli Construction Company. And speaking after the meeting, Mr. Sahinli said the delegation intends to invest in strategic infrastructure, particularly in power generation across the country.
Especially on power projects and infrastructure, all kind of infrastructure projects we are interested in. And we want to be partners in development of Zimbabwe. And we want to do something. We want to do a lot of things which could be good for this country and Zimbabwe. Thank you.
All right, and
within a couple of months, we will be here, and we will make it with our experts. We will make necessary surveys and projects for implementation. We will all start with a couple of months.
all right.
You may say more than 10 billion euros invest on power.
Now, the Turkish investors were accompanied by ZANU-PF Politburo member and businessman, Comrade Kenneth Musani, who was representing presidential advisor Joram Gumbo. Now, the visit was described as timely, particularly as Zimbabwe expands opportunities for independent power producers and renewable energy investors through regulatory incentives and public-private partnerships. Now, Zimbabwe's diversified energy drive, spanning solar, bioenergy, and mini-grid solutions, continues to attract both regional and international investors, reinforcing government's push towards a reliable, affordable, and sustainable power for all by 2030.
Webtech vari kuuya neurongwa hwakati kure unobata infrastructure yese chatinongodaidza kuti infrastructure in terms of roads on a build run and transfer to the country. So that to us, I think that's what we need.
And in other news, the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe, RBZ, says it will only adjust its policy rate when convinced that price stability gains are durable, urging patience from businesses eager for an immediate rate cut. And these remarks come after Zimbabwe recorded domestic currency single-digit annual inflation for the first time in 29 years, a milestone widely viewed as a key anchor for durable macroeconomic stability and a foundation for sustainable growth. And speaking during a State of the Economy and Outlook engagement in Bulawayo, RBZ Deputy Governor Dr. Innocent Maje said while the inflation breakthrough is significant, the central bank relies on consistent data trends rather than a single positive reading before signaling any change in the bank policy rate. Now, he said the bank will take a cautious approach built on experiences from other global reserve banks.
The import of this is that you are safe to sell in ZiG. Right now, as I speak to you, you are safer to sell in ZiG than you are selling US dollars. I know you don't believe it, right? But the data will show you that. In terms of misalignment of the exchange rate, the real effective exchange rate. As you can see, it is stable.
Now, economist Professor Gift Mugano weighed in, backing the central bank's cautious approach and pointing out that policy consistency is more important than short-term sentiment.
There's no wisdom in hurriedly changing the policy rate because we have a single-digit inflation.
Government has taken a firm stance against urban dwellers who have illegally settled on wetlands following recurring incidents of flooding triggered by heavy rains. And over the weekend, at least 46 houses were swept away in Epworth, while Budiriro remains one of the hardest hit suburbs. And authorities say the situation is avoidable and enforcement will now be stepped up.
Torrential rains continue to expose the dangers of illegal settlements on wetlands, with Epworth once again bearing the brunt. Over the weekend, floodwaters swept away more than 46 homes, displacing families and destroying property.
Yes, we are aware of the problems in Epworth. Some are from Jacha and Duri rivers. Surely you cannot use a river as a place where you can construct your house. So for those ones, as I always say, it's nature which is teaching them that this place is not suitable for human habitation.
Budiriro and Epworth have become flood hotspots, with drainage systems overwhelmed and waterways blocked by unplanned structures. Government says repeated warnings to residents have gone unheeded.
They must demand their money from the land barons. They must demand their money from any person who was corrupt in handing over those lands. Otherwise, we cannot assist those people who are in wetlands and ask government to regularize their settlement in those wetlands.
The environmental authorities say wetland encroachment is not only a disaster risk issue, but also a serious environmental crime that threatens water security and ecosystems.
How much we are looking into the future to say, let's build our future today through sustainable wetland management. And we are saying at the end of the day, there is no way in which we can go into the future without our wetlands, because our wetlands are actually the support system of our well.
The government has urged urban dwellers to comply with planning regulations, warning that failure to do so will result in demolitions and forced relocations as climate-induced extreme weather events become more frequent. Authorities say while humanitarian assistance will be provided to affected families, the long-term solution lies in respecting land use laws and protecting wetlands from illegal occupation. Reporting for ZTN Prime, I'm Iben Mabunda in Harare.
Still on our top stories, combis continue to pose a serious threat on Harare's roads and in the central business district, with the latest incident being when a number of combis drove along First Street pavements in an attempt to evade police on Wednesday. And earlier on News on the Go, our correspondent Tafaras Bochiwe was on the ground, capturing first-hand reactions from the public over the continued sprouting of illegal combi ranks and the growing lawlessness.
Today on News on the Go, we are in the central business district of Harare, and where we are at Angwa and Speak, where we're witnessing the sprouting of illegal combi ranks, where passengers are picked up and dropped off from undesignated points, endangering the lives of citizens.
This is Django. When we say we want employment creation, it does not mean creation of chaos. Here we are talking about not only the danger that is actually accrued to the public, but also danger kune vanhu vanotakurwa nemotikari idzi. Zvinhu zvokuti Harare capital city, we don't expect kuti muHarare munge muine jango yakadai. Zviri kuratidza kuti it's greediness, because as I speak mari dzemitengo yekuteura mapepa eMinistry of Transport yakadzikiswa, change of ownership zvakadzikiswa. So as I speak, what is bringing people here? No, it's greediness.
What do you think would be the best foot forward? What sort of engagement? Because you are in that line of business as well, and it affects your business as well, that you are regularized, but maybe you are in competition with people who are not regularized.
So the city council must actually urgently allocate street ranks in those streets. Takataura ne treasury yavo in city council. But come and make business here, close the road, put your boom gates. You haven't been getting anything from Rizende South for years, for more than 10 years. Saka takutofunga kuti isusu vari kushanda in cowoods nevanhu vomshikashika.
And we are here in the Central Business District of Harare talking to people, getting insights and getting to mine the opinions of people as to what they think.
Nezuru Makombi akabva nekuku achidzingira nepolice ndokupinda nemupaving umu akatsika zvinhu zvevanhu ndokuzotenhera apo akaenda kuna Robert Mugabe. So isu semavhenda tinoshandira muna first munomu tent story safe. Last time akauya this side akarova screen iro repa TV sales vanhu vakatsikirwa zvinhu zvavo zvikaputika ipapo.
Luckily, there are no injuries or casualties that have been reported as to the incident that happened yesterday. But if it continues to happen, the fear is perhaps on that day there will be Gogo who will be with her Modonzo. What will happen to Gogo? Will she be able to get herself out of danger in the nick of time when chaos ensues? Tafaras Bochiwa for ZTN Prime.
Stay tuned to News Plus for more updates.
We're kicking your year off in all her glory with more, because we've got you.
You get it?
We got kicks, we got scores, we got action, we got roars.
It's my specialty.
We got drama, we got fun. We got more for everyone, with an upgrade on us just for you. More channels, more shows, more reasons to stay.
We got you.
DSTV, we got you all the way.
Catch exclusive interviews every weekday for candid, exciting, and thought-provoking conversations with your host, Erika Ndoro.
We talk about arts, we can talk about sports, we can even talk about politics, and sometimes we venture into a nice guitaristic play.
The one story where you can't get out of your head. Wakatarisa munhu so Erika like where you're sitting. Ndozongokona bata face so pasina munhu.
Wakasiya music yako iyo afro chakuti ndo music manje yemuZimbabwe.
And I'm sure they're still saying the same thing now.
Yeah, so Shona kana kuti Chindevere kana mumwe mutauri muno muZimbabwe ndiwe iwewe. Ndiwo rupawo rwako. Ndicho chidadiso chako.
Catch me, Erika Ndoro, right here on ZTN Prime every single Monday at 7 p.m. whilst we get exclusive.
Didn't graduate. I guess I blew it.
You couldn't advise him anything. He would just look at you and say, so who do you think you are?
We were just like really spoiled.
And then they just give me the receipt and I'd pay.
That guy walks in one day and then he says that he wants to make a movie.
He was blowing the money.
There was just like this habit that he had where as soon as he got money, it was gone.
I just didn't have the skills or the experience.
This money, I could see it disappear so fast.
Welcome back. You are still watching News Plus with me, Wadzanai Sansole. Thank you very much for tuning in. Now, moving on with our local stories. In Chipinge District, Manicaland Province, a strategic livelihoods project is transforming life at Tongogara refugee camp, where agriculture is becoming a foundation for food security and economic dignity for refugees and host communities. Now, correspondent Thesias Shambari reports.
Far from headlines of conflict and displacement, another good story is emerging. A story of resilience, skills development, and hope. Led by the government and its partners, the project was designed to boost food security and income for over 16,000 refugees and host communities at Tongogara. Aquaculture is at the core, with a stocking capacity of 182,000 fish, benefiting 63 households, mostly youths.
Panapa tunoshanda project yetu yefish inotubasira muno camp. Inindakabva kuDRC ndiri kuDRC.
Each household can earn up to $45 per production cycle, supported through training, pond construction, feed and market linkages.
For me, this fish has helped us too much because this fish, after 6 months, you get the money here and my people and my another guy.
Production is also diversified, including 185 hectares of maize and black soldier fly for livestock feed.
When I'm talking about black soldier fly, is a process of maggot. So maggot help us to get the feed formulation, to feed our chickens, to feed our pigs and our fishery.
Construction is ongoing to expand the project. The project also supports social inclusion.
Tiri kubatsirika zvakanyanya. Tiri kukwanisa kushanda nevarefugees vari muno. Tinoshanda navo zvakanaka zvekuti kuti zvirimwa zvedu zviri kubudirira.
The settlement ensures phased harvest every 4 to 6 weeks to maintain a steady supply to ready local and institutional markets.
With the right type of feed, right type of genetics, and obviously a very suitable temperature, you can really achieve set targeted goals.
That's what we want to do. That's the strategy, from aid dependency to urgency.
So everything will start here, value addition, production, and they already have a market.
Here at Tongogara refugee camp, agriculture has become more than the source of food, but it represents a future whereby refugees are not just the receivers and recipients of aid, but contributors to the local economy and national food security. For ZTN Prime in Chipinge, I'm Thesias Shambari.
And now for a quick look at what's happening in the world around us. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres has called on member states to recommit themselves to the full respect of international law. He says the rule of law is a cornerstone of global peace and security, the key to friendly relations among the countries and regions of the world, and the beating heart of the United Nations Charter.
We see states flouting the rule of law with impunity, through the illegal use of force, the targeting of civilian infrastructure, human rights violations and abuses, the illegal development of nuclear weapons, unconstitutional changes of government, and denial of life-saving humanitarian aid. These violations set dangerous precedents, encouraging other countries to do what they want instead of what they are required to do under international law.
And coming up in business shortly after the break, IMF team is in Zimbabwe for a staff-monitored program talks. Stay tuned.
We're kicking your year off in all her glory with more, because we got you.
You get it?
We got kicks, we got scores, we got action, we got roars.
It's my specialty.
We got drama, we got fun. We got more for everyone, with an upgrade on us just for you. More channels, more shows, more reasons to stay.
We got you.
DSTV, we got you all the way.
Harare, tune into the beat.
Capitalk 100.4 FM, your source for news, business, sports, fashion, and more.
Experience the pulse of Harare's culture and lifestyle.
Capitalk 100.4 FM, Harare's top radio station.
Join the conversation with Zimbabwe's top personalities.
Subscribe now for fresh and infotainment content daily.
Capital 100.4 FM, Harare's heartbeat.
Coming to you live from Harare, this is News Plus. Now let's take a look at what's happening on the economic landscape. An International Monetary Fund, IMF delegation is in Zimbabwe for key engagements with authorities under the Staff Monitored Program, SMP, as the country continues efforts to stabilize the economy and advance its international re-engagement agenda. Now, in an update, the Ministry of Finance, Economic Development and Investment Promotion confirmed the visit by the fund's team. The ministry said the engagements will be broad-based, bringing together various stakeholders to give the IMF team a comprehensive picture of the economy. Now, the SMP is designed to buttress macroeconomic stability and rebuild Zimbabwe's international re-engagement momentum at a time when authorities are pursuing reforms aimed at restoring confidence, fiscal discipline, and policy credibility. Still on business, over the last few years, Zimbabwe has re-engaged with a wide range of multilateral financial institutions, bilateral creditor nations, and development partners through a structured dialogue platform, SDP, to resolve its external debt. And in another one of our business news, Zimbabwe's economy is on a firm growth path, supported by improved stability, low inflation, and currency reforms under the Second Republic. The business operating environment has been strengthened since 2017, with reduced uncertainty and improved conditions for long-term planning and investment. And single-digit inflation has restored predictability, eliminating the need for frequent contact escalations that previously disrupted business operations. Now, the Z currency is functioning as a stable and reliable medium of exchange, supporting day-to-day transactions and reinforcing confidence in monetary reforms. The current economic environment presents strong prospects for sustained growth, increased investment, and also national development. And moving on, Pacific Gold Investments Private Limited, PGI, a unit of Hong Kong-based Pacific Gold Group, has been registered as the operator of the Muchesu coal project in Benga, following Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe approval. Now, the project, located in Matabeleland North, holds a coal resource exceeding 2 billion tons and is expected to support employment, infrastructure development, and downstream energy industries. Pacific Gold Group has existing mining and energy operations in Zimbabwe, positioning the Muchesu project as a key asset in the country's mining to energy value chain. Do stand by for your sports updates on News Plus.
They call me Racer X, or in this case, Racer J. All right.
Put your seatbelt on.
Welcome back, and thank you very much for staying with us. Here's what's happening in the world of sport. Simba Bora head coach Mandla Mpofu has expressed satisfaction with the steady progress he's witnessed during his first month in charge of the Shamba-based outfit, highlighting a positive response from his players and encouraging signs ahead of the new campaign. Now, Mpofu, who joined the 2024 league champions in mid-December, replacing Joe Lupatla, has wasted little time in imprinting his philosophy on the squad. The former Highlanders coach is currently overseeing Simba Bora's intensive pre-season camp in Botswana, a country he knows well from previous stints with several leading clubs in the country.
This is our 4th week in terms of our pre-season preparation. We traveled to Botswana yesterday. All went well, and this is our first training session in Botswana. And I'm happy that almost everyone is here, including our new signing. It's only 2 players that will be joining us tomorrow. The other one maybe the day after tomorrow. Tole will be arriving tomorrow, and then Daboka from UK will be arriving in the next 1 day or 2 days. They will be here. So it's good to see everyone here. It's good be shaping up. Everyone is looking sharp, and we hope and we guess we are going to have a very good season this year.
Now, with less than a month before the 2026 Castle Lego Premier Soccer League season gets underway, Mpofu is grateful for the chance that he has been given to guide an ambitious Simba Bora side, a task he believes will test his skill set as a coach.
I'm much privileged and happy to be part and parcel of Simba Bora family. It's an honor. It's an honor, especially getting an opportunity from a club that is very ambitious, and remember they've tested success, so it's just a good privilege for me. Of course, with a little bit of under pressure as a coach, but I'm happy to be here.
In other sports news, Scotland midfielder Abubakar Moffat believes the best is yet to come this season after his explosive start to life in the PSL last year. Now, the midfielder moved from Spanish side of Montreal to Moors FC during the mid-season window and helped the PSL debutants to a run-up finish. Moffat's fine form was rewarded with a place on the Soccer Stars calendar despite playing for just half a season. And current champions Scotland wasted no time in snapping up his signature, and the player is now eager to show his full worth once the new season gets underway.
I think the most important thing is I have confidence in myself. I know what I can do on the field. You know, Saka, pressure anga iripo but I guess maybe ndikapinda ground nachazozezva kuita or ndikapinda ground I'm nervous now because I know what I can do on the field. Saka I think that confidence ndakangodzoka nayo pandakadzoka muno muZimbabwe wacho, then I just did what I do best. I think yeah, it's tough, you know, because chichiro chako nongoda kutamba ku Europe, but then zvinhu pamwe mwari angakarongoone pamwe, and then as a footballer you have to accept it, you know, ongotaiwa ungozvitambiro ndo zviripo, and then you have to try to push kutangidza from zero, you know, and you have to keep on motivating yourself because ukada kuzvifunga seregi usingaiti, and then kuti ubva ku Europe kudzoka kumba obva aita maybe stress, performance yako wise inotodzikira zvokuti unotozoona kuti dai ndakatongoti ndakapusha pandakadzoka pasvika, you never know what's, you know, what's in front of you. Saka I think I'm just happy for myself kuti ndakakwanisa kuzvitambira and ndakakwanisa kungotaiwa. Let me go home and start again, and you know, and push from the start, from the zero, you know.
And that's a wrap on News Plus this Thursday evening. Thank you very much for tuning in. My name is Wadzanai Sansole. Have a good night and pleasant viewing.